Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Scunthorpe Save, where we are now in the FA Cup first round, but we've got tough opposition. Just before we jump into the video, if you are enjoying the content on the channel, please do leave a like down below. Leave a comment predicting the result of this game against Gateshead in the FA Cup, who are currently sat 4th in League 2, so they are doing very well for themselves. And subscribe if you are enjoying the content. It lets me... the support is greatly appreciated. Since you were last with us at the start of the season, we followed up our 2 wins with a 2-1 win against Maidenhead. However, we then had 0-0 draws with Tamworth and Crawley, a 1-1 draw with Altrincham, before 0-0 draws with Oldham and Bromley, a 1-0 win against Solihull Moors before losing 1-0 to Woking, and then 0-0 with Barrow, 1-1 with Halifax Town. We beat Oxford City 3-1 in the FA Cup 4th round of qualifying. 2-0 win against Aldershot, and then 3-3 and 1-1 against Ebbsfleet and Eastbourne Borough, respectively, which leaves us at 6th in the league. We're not doing horrendous, but we're drawing far too often. Hopefully, we will be able to resolve that in the second episode of today's game against Southend. But first of all, let's go and see what we can do in the FA Cup. So our lineup for this game, we've got G-Cock in goal, a back four of Gibbons, Ebanks-Landell, Saraha, Nichols, Cole as the holding midfielder with Morehouse and Law in midfield, Lambert on the left, our new signing Gilby on the right, and Jarvis up front. Gilby has come in on loan from Manchester United. He can play up front or on the wing. This is our first time trying him on the wing, so we'll see how he gets on. Nichols on the ball here, plays it to Lambert on the left-hand side, and then he's going to bring it infield, finds Law, and then he's back off to Cole, who goes over the top to Gilby, who strikes it. And somehow that didn't go in. I don't know how on earth the keepers saved that at an angle where it hits the post and goes out for a corner on this side of the goal. Not a clue, but Lambert gets it from the short corner, lays it off to Morehouse, who gets it into the box, but he's brought down, and Nichols is going to go and recover that. So we've reached half-time at 0-0, but we have largely had the better half of this game. So hopefully we can continue that and actually pick up a goal. Gateshead have a throw-in with Hunter throwing the ball to Glover. He lays it back to Hunter, who sends the cross in towards the far post, and they hit the bar, but it goes out for a goal kick. And we're going to make a change here with Pugh coming on for Gibbons at right back, and we'll also bring Evans on in midfield for Law because of his yellow card. Corner kick for Scunthorpe here. It's going to be sent in by Cole. Chance for us to get men forward here. Cole sends the ball in. It's headed away, but comes down to Ebanks-Landell. Morehouse on the edge. Back to Cole, who puts us 1-0 up in the FA Cup first round and about 22 minutes away from the second round of the FA Cup. Gilby has headed the ball out to Jarvis and then back to Gilby. Brings it forward to Jarvis. Ball through to Evans, who's one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, how's he not put that in the back of the net? That was a lovely strike. Hits the bar but bounces away from the line. The corner's going to be sent in again by Cole. We've got men forward for it once again. And it's eventually going to get sent in by Cole. Here it comes. Jarvis is there but heads over the bar. And with 10 minutes to go, we're going to make another change with Horton coming on for Nichols just because of that yellow card. And we'll also bring Shrimpton on for Morehouse in midfield, just for a little bit of a more defensive midfielder in there. Gilby is through on goal here, lays it off to Jarvis, who can't get it. Lambert heads it back into the box, but it's headed away again. Evans collects it this time. He's going to take it down the left wing, plays it back to Nichols, and then he's bringing it infield. Actually gets a shot. Oh my goodness, what a goal from Nichols. 2-0 against Gateshead. And we are into the FA Cup second round. Williams with a throw-in for Gateshead, but there's about a minute and a half left. Pugh heads it away only as far as Booty, who shoots it over the bar. And there we go, a 2-0 win, a fantastic 2-0 win. And we are through to the next round of the FA Cup. Now, if we can follow that up with a win in the league, this will be a very, very good episode. Well, while we're here, we might as well have a quick look at the FA Cup draw. Are we going to be the first team out the hat? We're not. Are we going to be the second team? We're not. But let's have it. Oh, we are the third team out the hat. And we are going to be at home. So realistically here, it would be nice to get one of the teams from like, I don't know how many teams are left from like the National League South and stuff. But it would be nice to get one of those teams so that then we give ourselves a good chance to get into the third round and drawing potentially a Premier League team, which would be very helpful for our finances, which, as you've seen, are very battered. We draw Workington or Carlisle. So let's just advance to the end of here and have a quick look at both of those teams. So Carlisle are currently 6th in League 2, so slightly lower than Gateshead, who we've just beat. So it'd be a very tough game, don't get me wrong, but we'd have a chance. Workington, not in the top 6 leagues. So if Workington can do us a favour and cause a huge upset, they've already had a 1-1 draw against Carlisle, and they were unlucky. It was a late goal, 2 late goals. If they can pick up an upset and get themselves into the next round, that would be very much appreciated. So just the 2 changes going into our game against Southend, with Pugh and Evans starting in the midfield instead of, I forget who it was, Morehouse and Law. And a highlight straight from the kickoff here as Southend play the ball back to their defence and Aitchison plays it to Miley, and then Lambert nicks the ball on the left-hand side. That's a poor ball to try and find Jarvis, and it goes back to Carullo in goal. He goes out to McCormick on the left-hand side of their defence and then forward to Linton. Bridge sends it infield. Kelman heads it on to Taylor. Cole nicks it though. Jarvis with a ball through finds Evans one-on-one with the keeper and he puts it wide. Throw in on the left-hand side here. Nichols gets it to Evans, back to Nichols and then to Lambert. Cross comes in. Jarvis with the header and he hits the bar. Gilby gets it, cuts back and gets a shot off, but it's wild and over the bar. Linton with a throw in on the left-hand side, gets it back from Miley, and then ball comes in from Bridge, and it's headed over the bar. Corner kick, Mooney sends it into the far post. Geacock doesn't get there, and thankfully Bridge kicks it against Geacock as he's lying on the floor. A corner's going to come in again, this time from Haddo, and it's swung in towards the far post. Geacock this time does come out and catch it. Nichols with a free kick on the left-hand side for us. Sends it forward towards Jarvis, but it wasn't very good. Lambert collects it and takes it down the left side. Cross comes in. Gilby's at the far post and a strong header into the back of the net. It's 1-0 to Scunthorpe. Gibbons plays the ball inside to Cole and then forward to Jarvis. Out to Gilby on the right-hand side. He's got space to run into. Inside to Pugh, and it was a good save from the keeper to deny him. We do have a corner kick now to be sent in by Cole. We've got lots of men in the box, and it comes in towards no one. Lambert receives it, gets it back to Cole, who is then taken down in the box, but fairly. Lambert gets the ball back, and it's back to Nichols, and that's where the highlight ends, unfortunately. Mooney with the corner kick for Southend. It's to Taylor on the edge. Bridge brings it down back to Taylor, who hits the bar. Half-time, 1-0 thanks to that Gilby header. So we're going to tell them that we're pleased. We are going to bring Lambert off for Senby Ferris just because he's picked up a knock, and it also says that he's struggling to run it off. So we're best to take that precaution. Evans with a free kick from very deep. It's headed away by Aitchison, and then Bridge heads it away again. Cole collects it and plays it back to Geacock. So taking our time here. That was a little bit close for comfort, but we get the ball out to Senby Ferris onto Evans, who's into the box, puts it across the box. Jarvis, with a bit of luck from that deflection, makes it 2-0. Cole with a free kick from deep towards Gibbons at the far post, but can't win the header. It's pumped away by Taylor. How is Kelman being allowed to be the first man to that? Absolutely ridiculous. Ball inside to Taylor. Gets a shot off, but it's over the bar. And we're going to bring Law on for Pugh in midfield, just for a bit of rotation. And Shrimpton can come on for Cole. Stroud with the ball, sends it forward, but it's straight to Carullo. And he holds the ball now for Southend. goes long with it towards the left-hand side for them. Bridge wins the header and nods it onto Kelman. And he gets into the box, puts it across, and Taylor gets one back for Southend. Just a few minutes later now, and we have another highlight. Ebanks Landell plays the ball to Law, and then Gibbons inside to Shrimpton. Plays it to Evans, through for Jarvis, who's got a bit of space, gets a shot, but it's a poor shot and a bit of a wasted chance. But we do see it out for a 2-1 win, and that tops off a very, very good episode for us, and a very important episode as well, with those 2 wins. FA Cup second round at home, I'd give ourselves a good chance in that, and an important win in the league that sends us second in the table. We are 9 points behind Woking, who were flying at the start of the season, but we seem to have found our scoring boots a little bit. So my initial plan for the next episode is, if we are playing Carlisle, we will come back for that. If we are playing Workington, I'm going to be confident and say that we will see that through, so therefore we will come back for the FA Cup third round. If that doesn't happen, then we'll come back for a little bit of a disaster review afterwards. If you have enjoyed that though, please do leave a like down below. Comment, do you think we will get to the FA Cup third round? Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.